Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Friday, January 20th, 2023, and we are about to do an in-depth puja for the planets and stars using the chart of now based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has talked about how the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is also a divine light being associated with all of them. In doing this puja, we are connecting with those light beings and inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and into our world. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. This is the chart of right now based on my location here in New Mexico. I've drawn this chart in chalk on a little blackboard that's on a side table, and I'm going to use that in doing the puja. To do the puja, I also have a container of water. I have a lit tea light. I have an incense stick. I have a little raisin. I have a bell. And I also have a bowl of fresh flower petals. Flowers have tremendous purity. When we hold a flower or a flower petal, as we're saying a prayer or a mantra, the flower has so much purity, it's able to take the vibration of that prayer or that mantra sound directly into the realm of the causal plane or the Akash and update our Akashic record. We're very grateful to the flower petals for their health and their purity. I start the puja with dipping some fingers of my right hand into the water and sprinkling water, drops of water, on all four sides of the blackboard chart, purifying the space where the puja is being performed. I'm putting a few drops of water on top of my own head to symbolically purify me, and I'm sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you to symbolically purify you, whether you're watching this live or later on a replay. Now I'm going to invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles and also who is a patron of astrology. Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam. I ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja. I also ask him to remove all obstacles in the lives of the participants in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of your lives. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of you now and always. And I thank him for his help with this. Now, we do a short Tamil chant asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. I thank St. Gnanasamunda for teaching this chant, and I am grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we turn our attention to the time elements that are active in my local area. We start with the planet that rules the day. Today is Friday, ruled by Venus. I'll put flower petals on top of Venus in the blackboard chart. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. Today the moon is in a star called Purva Ashada. I put the flower petals on top of the moon on the blackboard chart. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Next, we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my area, it's the 14th waning moon, which is called Chaturdasi in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on top of the moon on the little blackboard chart. Om Chaturdasi Devye Namaha. Om Chaturdasi Devye Namaha. Om Chaturdasi Devye Namaha. Next, we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, it's Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury on the blackboard. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Now we recognize the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Harshana, which has energies that are joyous. Harshana, Harshana, Harshana. And the karana that's active right now is one called Chatushpada, which has energies that are menial. Chatuspada, Chatushpada, Chatuspada. Now, we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would always start with looking at the ascendant, shown here with the letters AC for ascendant. This is the sign coming up in my local area on the eastern horizon at the moment. This is the sign of Makara, or Capricorn. Dr. Pillai said we would start with the planet that rules the ascendant as a gesture for its importance at the moment. The planet that rules Capricorn is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant, we're going to go around the chart in a clockwise direction, honoring the planets, the stars they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, the planets that rule those stars, and the planets that rule the zodiac sign the various planets are in. We start here in Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and the Sun and Venus. Pluto and the Sun are in the same star, so I'm going to invoke both of them together before I invoke the star. I start with Pluto and put flower petals on him on the blackboard. Om Krum Kruntankaiha Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaiha Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaiha Namaha. Now we honor the sun for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on the sun on the blackboard. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Pluto and the sun are both in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings. I put the flower petals across Pluto and the sun on the blackboard chart. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 light beings who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals across Pluto and the sun. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun on the blackboard chart. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Venus for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas. I put the flower petals on, Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that helps with rationality and science. The sun, which is our soul, and a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. Venus, a planet that helps with happiness, beauty, enjoyment of material plane comforts and the arts. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Going in a clockwise direction from the ascendant, the next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Saturn and also Neptune. We honor Saturn, and I put flower petals on him on the blackboard. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in the star Dhanishta, the star of music, prosperity, good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. Sometimes artists portray them as standing in a circle, holding hands. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Dhanishta, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on top of Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor Neptune for being in Aquarius. I put the flower petals on Neptune on the blackboard chart. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada, a star that can help with work, charity, and purification. I put the flower petals on top of Neptune on the blackboard. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals, Purvabhadrapada star is first ruled by an archetype, Aja Ekapada. He helps us to experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs. Today, containing Saturn, a planet that helps with patience, structure, compassion, and Neptune, a planet that helps with intuition and helps us to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help us with business development. I put the flower petals on top of Jupiter on the blackboard. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Ayurbundya, an archetype who can help to guard treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and valuables, including our treasure, that is the earth itself. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Uttara Bhadrapada star, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena, or Pisces, a zodiac sign that is the most transcendental, the most metaphysical of all the zodiac signs. Today, containing Jupiter, the planet that helps with everything related to spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Misha, or Aries, which today contains Rahu and also Uranus, who is retrograde. Both Rahu and Uranus are in the same star, so we're going to honor both those planets before we invoke the star. I start with Rahu and put flower petals on him on the blackboard. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus, who is retrograde and extra powerful. I put the flower petals on Uranus on the blackboard. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star symbolized as the yoni, a symbol that represents the female private parts. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or power, or energy. I put the flower petals across both Rahu and Uranus on the blackboard. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, who is an archetype of justice. We ask him to help us to be just and merciful towards others, and for there to be justice on this planet. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Now we honor this planet that rules Bharani star, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars on the blackboard. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a zodiac sign that's a fire sign with very active energy, today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us make friends with new technologies, and Uranus, a planet that helps with higher intelligence, success in life, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars. We honor Mars, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Rohini, a star of prosperity, beauty, creativity. I put the flower petals on Mars on the blackboard. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creation and creativity. He is the husband of the goddess Saraswati. I put the flower petals on Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon on the blackboard chart. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies, today containing the Mars, planet that helps us to be both a warrior and a healer. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign, continuing in a clockwise direction, that has a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. This is a star that can give divine blessings and energies for freedom. I put the flower petals on Ketu on the blackboard. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype who rules the wind and the air element. Vayu is also the father of Hanuman. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu on the blackboard. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Tula or Libra is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Donus or Sagittarius, which today contains Mercury and the moon. Both of them are in the same star, so we're going to invoke both of them before we invoke the star. We start with Mercury, as the moon has already crossed over him in his quick, speedy dash around the chart. I start with Mercury and put the flower petals on him on the blackboard. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Now we honor the moon for being in Sagittarius. I put the flower petals on the moon on the blackboard. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Both Mercury and the moon are in a star called Purva Ashada, a star that helps us to discern what's right for us, what's wrong for us. I put the flower petals across Mercury and the moon. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Purvashada star is ruled by a goddess called Apas. She's a deified form of water, and she can give blessings for purification. We ask for her blessings, and I put the flower petals across Mercury and the moon. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Purva Ashada star, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Sagittarius, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Donus or Sagittarius, the most idealistic and noble-minded of all the zodiac signs, today containing Mercury, planet of communication and business, and also the planet that helps with our sense of humor, and the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and a planet that helps us to be receptive to light. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many little piles of flower petals on it. And in the air, I circle the tea light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light and fire to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Next, I take a lit incense stick to offer the element of air and a sweet fragrance, and I pass that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Now, I take a bell representing the element of sound. Next, I take a little raisin to represent the earth element, and I pass that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, symbolically offering this to all of the divine beings. And later, I will eat that little raisin as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Now, I make prayer hands, and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into all of us, and also into our families, our friends, our colleagues, our neighbors, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we can do a short Q&A period. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate your participation and support. We have a little bit of time right now for a few questions. If you want to post them in the chat, we do have to be mindful of the time because Ronnie will need this same Zoom link that I'm broadcasting on for another program that's coming up at the top of the hour. So just checking in the chat to see if there's any questions today. Welcome to all of you. I see Van saying amen for the highest good for all. Yes, we do hold the highest good of everyone in the light. That's definitely what we want to see happening. We give thanks for that. Tomorrow in North America is going to be a new moon. It's a special new moon called Thai Amavasya. Amavasya means the new moon, and Thai is the Tamil name for the month. This is a moon. All of the new moons are good for doing the tarpanam during daylight hours for ancestors. However, 3 of the new moons each year are especially strong for doing that. And this is the first one of 2023, Thai Amavasya. So if you're someone that has learned the tarpanam that you can do at home from Dr. Pillai, you're welcome to do that in your local area during daylight hours only. He said, never do it after sunset or before sunrise. Don't do it then, as you can attract the wrong kinds of spirits. But it's a day when we honor the ancestors, we do the tarpanam for them, helping them to move into higher planes of light. When they move into higher planes of light, they are able to send blessings from those planes of light into our lives and into our world. So it's a win-win. If we help them move up, they in turn are able to help us by sending light from their location. So that's a special day coming up tomorrow. Okay, not seeing any questions. Oh, how do all stars in the sky relate to stars in the chart? The Vedic seers in the earliest scriptures talked about the sun, the moon, and then these 27 stars that we are talking about in the chart. Obviously, there's millions of stars in the sky, but they were able to discern that these 27 stars had a very special function for us here on Earth. They talked about the sun, the moon, and the stars before they ever talked about the other planets like Mercury or, Jupiter, etc. So those stars were very important to them. They are said to have had pineal gland the size of a lemon. Our pineal gland is like the size of a little raisin. A raisin is very small. A lemon is much larger. So they had an ability to discern energies with these stars. But all the stars in the sky probably do have energies, etc. But the sages didn't share any of that with us. I think about if humanity goes off, like in Star Trek, and goes off into other planets and things like that, are they going to have sages along with them to help discern the energies of those new locations that they go to? Like, how will that work? But I don't have answers for that. Just something I think about. I have experienced pondering one particular star, and then all of a sudden feeling my mind looking at that star from a point of view different than just from Earth. And I went, oh, wow, the energies of this star are different on the other side. And so I was like, oh my goodness, it made me realize that energies, will be very, very different all throughout the universe, depending on where you're looking at it from. No, you can physically see these 27 stars. They have a physical form. They all have an astronomical name. For example, Critica star is Alcyon in the Pleiadian system. They all have a physical form. You could see them through a telescope, or you could see them in the sky. They have a physical form. I didn't mean to imply that there was not a physicality to them. They do have a physical form. Okay, and they are, located in the zodiac sign, in that area of the zodiac sign where we are talking about them as the planets are moving through them. I think if you search, like on Google, what nakshatras belong to what astronomical name of the star, you can come across a chart that maps that out for you if you're interested. I don't have a link for that handy. Okay, I need to go ahead and, okay, Ronnie is saying that I think I need to close off this zodiac, this live stream for Ronnie right now. Namaste. See you all on Monday.